You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, this is a follow-up video to a video I put up yesterday where we were actually talking about a transgender athlete in high school that badly wants to compete against girls. But the most disturbing part of this, guys, was actually that his father is a creep. His father has been sentenced to 60 months in prison. Why? Because he's a creep. Folks, male jocks, not making up that name, folks. That's the name of the transgender. This transgender's father gets 60 months in prison, but hasn't reported yet. Got arrested and is set to go to prison. You guys are not going to believe what Mel Jot said about his father. This transgender wants his father to actually stay out of prison. Why? Because the father is enabling his son's fight to dominate women in sports. And maybe some other things, too, that are very, very disturbing. Now, the police found Mark Jotz, that's the father, found him with hundreds of videos and images of children. But Mel Jotz doesn't care. Does not care, folks. This is extremely disturbing. Something is telling me, man, that Mark Jotz did this to his son. And the son does not care about the well-being of the community. Doesn't care. So let's get into it, guys. Right here, guys. Trans child of New Hampshire man convicted on child porn charges advocates for dad to stay out of prison to help fight to play women's sports. This is a new low, folks. This is a new low right here. This kid is so lost, doesn't even care about his father being a creep. It says here, a transgender identifying teenager is advocating for leniency in the sentencing of his father, who was convicted on child porn charges due to support of his efforts to compete in women's sports. Now, in my video yesterday, I talked about Mark Jotz actually being at a match. And I don't believe that this person should be around children. Oh, check this out. Mark Jotz, a former Dartmouth College employee, was sentenced to 60 months in federal prison for distributing child porn. In a letter to the court, Jotz cited his trans-identifying child, male Jotz, as a reason to request a non-custodial experience, or sentence, I say. I don't know why I said experience, but sentence. What? What you did, you should be under a prison. But now you're saying you shouldn't go to prison? Federal authorities began investigating Jotz in February 2022 after receiving reports through CyberTip, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children's centralized reporting system. The messaging platform Kik flagged Jotz for uploading 49 files depicting abuse to children, let's put it like that, to others via private messages. A search warrant executed at his home revealed over 100 files of child, disgusting stuff on his laptop, phone, and desktop computer. His son, Mel Jotz, identifies as a transgender and is a controversial athlete at Kearsarge Regional High School who has advocated for removing female-only sports to allow biological men to compete. In a letter to the court, Mel praised his father's, quote, sheer determination to improve from mistakes he's made in the past and argued that a prison sentence would hinder his own efforts to advocate for transgender athletes. Mel also expressed concern that his college education could be affected without his father's financial support. Quote, "The work I begun to do with the ACLU in regard to my existence as a trans girl in sports is also reliant upon his moral support in my testifying and meeting with senators," Mel wrote. "A prison sentence would also harm me and my brother's future, as we would stop receiving support for college payments without his salary." Well, I don't care. I really do not care. This kid, man, is lost. This kid is really, really lost. What about the well-being of the victims of his crimes? I mean, this is children we're talking about. Mark Jotz echoed these concerns in his own letter to the court, warning that his son may be at risk of suicide if he were sent to prison, citing a lack of support for Mel's transgender identity from his mother. Quote, "Transgender teens have the highest rate of suicide in the United States, and I'm afraid for Mel and his path if he is forced to live with his mother and his stepmother in a home where he is not supported and feels unwelcome," Jotz wrote. You know what, guys? I really don't care what these individuals think. Mark Jotz should be in prison. He should not be around kids. I mean, he's done enough damage already as it is, man. It definitely seems like Mark Jotz has brainwashed his son and is actually probably using his son's quote unquote transgender identity to actually get close to other kids. That's what I'm thinking right there, man. This is extremely disturbing. The court should say, nah, this man needs to go to prison. I mean, 60 months, that's all he got? I mean, I'm not a judge or anything, but I would actually think that for the amount of images and stuff that he had, he should be in prison for 20 plus years. And honestly, to tell you the truth, guys, if I actually was in charge of the law, this man be doing life. Because I don't believe people like him can be helped. I really don't. This man should be locked up forever and the key thrown away. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.